What is going on YouTube? My name is Bancroft. Thank you for tuning in. And today we have another matchup for you. It is Adventure Coup, or, Son Goku and Bulma, taking on the new Jiren. Like always, just buttons down below. Feel free to click them there for a reason, but let's get into it. So we're going to start off with Jiren because I played Jiren recently in a history matchup where I kind of combined elements of set 14 with elements of 27. And yeah, it was an alright deck. And as a reminder, the Jiren's a leader on the front side. Your opponent can't attack your red unisons with 1 power. And then when the card attacks, you draw 1. And then the Awaken is a Spirit Boost 1. If you have 2 or more energy, draw 2 cards, add cards from your life to your hand until you have 6 left. Pretty cool. You can actually do that. You have to have 2 or more energy, so turn 2, obviously, for the Awaken. And the Adventure Coup is kind of similar in that, where it has an activate main. Once returned, discard 1 mono green card from your hand, then add up to 1 card from your life, and draw 2 cards. The Awaken is when your life is 6 or less. Place up to 1 Bulma's First Adventure from your deck into your owner's drop, and shuffle your deck. Afterwards, draw 1 card, which is pretty nice. So we're starting off with Jiren here, and I, as the Jiren player, I am going second. Yes, I understand the energy marker is not there. It's on the side of the mat for some reason. At some point in the game, we bring it back over. I don't know what happened there. But we started off with one of the few unisons I was able to see early on, which is Majin Buu Sealed Ball. Auto, when you play the Z Majin Buu, this card goes to the drop. You get to draw 1 card, which is pretty nice, which all of the unisons in this deck, correspondent Z unisons, have this similar auto. But then the +2 here, you may add 1 red unison from your hand to your Z energy. If you do, search top 5 cards of your deck, add up to 1 Fierce Foe card or unison, both red, and add to your hand. As you can see, I did the +2, but had no targets in hand to do the effect. Here we got the Venture Coup deck kind of popping off and getting off the Shinron, which is a very fun unison. It's a unison that probably won't ever really go away. Once per turn, when your green adventure card is played, you add 3 markers to this card. So it comes out with 1 marker, and as soon as you activate main on the awakened side of the Son Goku and Bulma, you get to add 3 markers, which is really nice. And when you have 7 markers, you use the activate main, which chooses one of your opponent's battle cards and gain control of it, which is kind of nice. Now, I will say the awakened side of Son Goku and Bulma's first encounter, if your green adventure Bulma card is in play in rest mode, your green non-Bulma adventure cards can't be removed from the battle area by an opponent's skill. This is where it gets a little bit dicey. We are playing against red, so one of the biggest weaknesses for this auto, or this permanent here, is cards that will neg cards down to 0 or below. Because of game mechanic, they will still be KO'd, unfortunately. But the auto discard 1 mono green card from your hand when this card attacks, draw 2 cards, and the activate means how you get to play this Bulma for free. Once per turn, if you don't have any non-adventure cards in your battle area, play up to 1 Bulma's First Adventure from your drop in rest mode. So boom, it turns the permanent on right then and there, and then you can see when you play the Bulma First Adventure, he was able to play Oolong, changing shape from his deck or drop in rest mode, which is pretty nice. And unfortunately, the only thing he could do in this situation was use Oolong to play Master Roshi on top of it, just having a card later. Now, granted, when you use Oolong's ability, or even Poir's ability to change shapes, as you would call it in the show, they lose all their skills for the game. Unfortunately, like I said, that was his only opportunity, only card at the time to play on top of it. There's a really cool interaction if you not use Yamcha, pay the energy for Poir, bounce Yamcha, play Yamcha. It's fun when you get that off. Unfortunately, he didn't see that this early on. We did get the extra card, which allowed him to search top 7 cards, add 2 cards to his hand, which is kind of nice, helps him out. And now we're going over into Jiren's turn now. So there's a couple options here. Obviously, Awakening is one of them, and the other would probably go into a Z Unison. Now, the Z Unisons here, the ones we have in play, would go into Majin Buu Charismatic Cinematic Battle. I don't know why I was supposed to say Charismatic Battle, which is in Power 3. And all of the Z Unisons do have in Power 3 as well, so you're going to carry over at least 3 of the markers, which is pretty nice. And the Awakened side of this Jiren allows you to reduce the cost. So, activate meaning during this turn, the next time you would play a red Z unison with an empowered skill from your Z deck, reduce the specified cost by 1 energy. So, if you have a unison already set, which is great, all you have to do then is activate main, use his ability, and you can play one of the unisons for 1 less energy. Now, all of them do cost 1 energy for the exception of Jiren itself, but Majin Buu here, because it's probably the one we go into, its permanents for each marker on this card, it gets plus 5,000 power for your turn. So it's going to come into play with 3 markers when we do get to that point, and then the activate main plus or minus 0. Choose one of your opponent's battle cards with power less than this card's power and KO it. So it's not less than or equal to, it's less than. So Majin Buu comes in with 25,000 power, and we're going to probably use that to pop, most likely, the Bulma, because we cannot pop Roshi as of right now. And yeah, here it comes out, which is free, which, like I said earlier, is great. It's amazing. I did pull the Zenkai Rare version, which is amazing. I love this art, actually. Getting the draw off, and then we're going to kind of continue the rest of the turn here. In our call character, we're going to pop Bulma first, because this Bulma does not have any form of protection. Now, there is a super rare version. I think here I was going to pop it going over the permanent here, so we had to get rid of Bulma instead. But yeah, there is a super rare version of Bulma where if this card's in rescue, it gains barrier, so it's kind of like a double form of protection, which is kind of nice against non-red decks. Here we are just going to do a swing, starting to attack the lead. There's, like I said earlier, there's no point really playing attacking against the Unison. This Unison builds markers so quickly. And with being a green deck, you're expected to see Dormant almost every attack, practically. Or every turn. Though I don't think we saw Dormant this time. No, didn't really touch base too much on it. Jiren is kind of a Unison-based deck. So you can see a lot of the interactions are either going to be paying certain cards for very cheap, or literally just playing a Unison and immediately going to another Unison right afterwards. But see here, we're passing, going into his turn. He did do a homicidal clones to kind of stop the attack for any future attacks. And I said, all right, we're just going to pass, leave it as is. Starting off the attack with the leader, going into, I think he's hacking into Jiren, yeah. Replaying Bulma because it meets the requirement here. Getting Oolong out, and then here comes one of the interesting interactions here. Bulma plays, opens up a counter window. Her auto will open up a counter window 1 and 2. Playing Yamcha as a window 2, and that way we could target. I think here we're going to clarify things, but because it's window 2 we're playing it, we're able to target both Roshi and Oolong, which kind of shuts us down a lot. Like if it was only a window 1 effect, I can only hit Roshi and Bulma. But because it's a window, it's being played for skill, I'm able to play it window 2. The card's already established, and we're getting it there. We do get rid of Oolong and Bulma instead, primarily just because Oolong can change into something else, which causes the whole chain of reaction of, like I said earlier, playing Yamcha, Puar, Yamcha again. Getting Goku on the board. And Goku here is a dual attack. 1 energy to play, you draw 1 card, which is great. And then if your Master Roshi card is in play, choose one of your opponent's battle cards to KO it, which I don't have any battle cards from the KO. Actually, I do have a battle card from the KO if you wanted to KO it. Okay, there he goes. But he did K that with the Sadness and Rage, I think that card's called. But pretty much it comes in rest, and when one of your cards is popped, you can turn around and restand it. Getting the gate with the blocker and passing of a turn here. Yeah, Sadness and Rage. Double Strike blocker. When your battle cards are removed from the battle area, switch the card to active mode. And if your leader is green, your opponent has 2 removes. You choose one of your opponent's battle cards and it costs 7 or less, KO it. Yeah, so there we go. And we just popped it with Majin Buu because Majin Buu hasn't lost any markers yet. Here we're going to play Jiren now, which is the new 8-drop SR. For 1 energy, if your leader's red, you have 3 more energy to play this card. but it has Spirit Boost 2 as an auto. When this card attacks, add up to 1 red unison from your drop to your hand, then choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards and or unisons, and they get minus 25,000 power for the turn. Once again, like I said, red is a hard counter to this adventure deck. This adventure deck is very fun. I think it's great, but red having so many ways of just negging cards out bypasses this leader's permanent. And you're going to see in a second, we're going to pull the cards to the side. And this is just for the Goku Bulma players. Clarification. We weren't playing at a tournament. We actually played this one before the tournament. But he wanted to ask the judge just to make sure this was like 100% correct. That this works the way I'm describing it and whatnot. Which I completely understand. Like, you have a built-in protection for your cards. But when you have decks like red that can just completely bypass that protection, it does suck. Now, unfortunately, he does have the Bulma girl on board, which has barriers. I couldn't target her. So now this auto on this card is crazy because the way it's worded is if this card's in rest mode, when your opponent uses one of their skills to add a card from their deck to their hand, your opponent discards 1 card from their hand. The leader auto draws you a card from your deck. So, like, I have to do this effect. Like, it's kind of annoying, but hey, it is what it is. We are swinging the lead here. And I don't remember the combo step here or if it's going to be left as what it is. Taking it going into 3, which is kind of where this deck wants to be. So, actually, no, it doesn't matter on the Z Awaken. I thought you had to be 3 life. The Goku Bulma deck does have a Z leader where it's Great Ape Son Goku, Hidden Power Rampage. The Z Awaken on it's really cool. It's just choose one of your battle cards, place the owner's drop, Green Adventure Son Goku, childhood card, which really cool. It interacts well with the Son Gohan if you have on board. Then you activate mean for it. You pay 1 energy, choose one of your opponent's battle cards, KO it, play up to 1 Polar change and ships from your drop, remove this card from the game. Here we're trying to play Piccolo on the Jiren side, immediately get counterplayed with Charismatic Villain, which is what it is. Can't get past that. If Piccolo would have hit the board, though, that is a dual attack for Spirit Boost 2 as well. Though I don't think I would have had the Spirit Boost ability. Oh, yeah, because the activate mean, limit 1 for 1 red energy is how you play it. If your leader's fierce foe, red, draw 1 card, play this card from your hand, choose one of your red Z unisons within power skill, and add 2 markers to it. Then you immediately just attack, proccing dual attack skill, and Spirit Boosting 2, which is really great. But because he did counterplay it, we did pass the turn here. So Jiren ending with just establishing a Z extra card, which being red, you all know that means Explosive Dance is coming. The adventure deck here, we're seeing a nice board, getting a mass, which is really good because there is one particular Z battle card in the adventure deck, which I don't have it pulled up for some reason, but it's Piccolo, who has like a Bond 3 and a Bond 5 ability. Which I think the Bond 3 gives it a plus 10k, while the Bond 5, I feel like pops a card. I might be wrong on that. Permanent Bond 3 gains 10,000 power, auto Bond 5, green battle card. When this card is played, choose one of your opponent's battle cards from Barry Carry it. Yeah, so here we're getting like 4, we have 4 battle cards now, so he's getting to that point where for 1 energy he can play this Piccolo and kind of just pop my Jiren and continue going from there. So we do have Explosive Dance out right now. Kind of combo through the last attack. And he just steals it. He just steals it with Shenron, like I said earlier. Like, it's crazy. Now, Shenron does not change the orientation of the card, so it will stay in rest mode, if correct. Choose one of your opponent's battle cards and gain control of it. Yeah, so it doesn't change where it's at. So it does remain in rest mode, which is kind of nice. But at the same time, that is a monster of a card that can turn around and attack me. Now, if correct, when this card attacks up to 1 red unison, Spirit Boost 2, he can turn around and still use that Spirit Boost 2 on me if he attacks with it, because it doesn't specify anything. It just says when this card attacks up to 1 red unison from your drop to your hand, and choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards. Yeah, so keeping that on his board isn't what I want. Because from this point on, anything I establish, he's going to kind of rip through fairly quickly. And here we are just kind of doing the exchange of attacks, where he does have plenty of Z energy. He's going through the explosive dance very well. Getting that last attack put me down to 3, and then we are passing here, going to my turn. I pulled the energy marker back over. I think I looked down and realized, where's my energy marker? And it was like I said, it was on this the left side of the map, pretty much. So here we're using Majin Buu to get rid of Bulma, because Bulma is not in rest mode. She has no form of protection. I think Majin Buu is sitting at like 50. I think because he started attacking the Majin Buu as well. I think Majin Buu only has like 1 marker on it right now. So just kind of get rid of that Bulma as soon as I could. It looks like we're looking at playing a Shenron for 1 energy, which if your leader is red, Fierce Foe card, and you have 3 or more energy, you can play this card from your hand. And yeah, we are playing that card. So Auto Spirit Boost 1, which we will rip from Majin Buu. When this card is played, draw 1 card, put up to 1 red unison with 1 power and 1 marker from your hand, then choose one of your opponent's battle cards or unison and gets minus 15,000 power for the turn. I could have chosen to attack first, but then I know I would have got hit with Dormant, and I just didn't want to risk a 15k attack when I could possibly get a bigger attack out. So we are Spirit Boosting, immediately turn around playing the 1-drop Jiren, which has the +2, add 1 red unison card from your drop to your Z energy. It just helps you establish things, which is really nice. And then obviously we're going to use the leader's activate main here to reduce the next Z unison we play's cost. And that will be Jiren cinematic climatic battle. In power 3, barrier, dual attack, permanent for each marker on this card. This card gets plus 5,000 power during your turn, which I think all of them have that permanent. But the -1 auto is when your opponent cards attack, you negate that attack. So a built-in protection here. You're paying 2, so it's coming in with 5 markers with the Empower 3 ability, making this a monster of a unison. 35,000 dual attack barrier with a built-in negate, which is really nice. And it's a beefy unison, so like if he wants to deal with it, he has to get rid of cards just to get rid of it. And here we're playing Son Goku afterwards as a way of cleaning up that Jiren. I do not want him having that Jiren on his side. You pay 1 energy, leader's red, 3 more energy, play this card from your hand, choose one of your opponent's battle cards so it gets minus 20,000 power for the turn. It's a barrier blocker, and when you use a card in a combo, switch this card to active mode. So it's kind of like a dual attack, kind of like a dual blocker, which is kind of nice. Built-in barrier as well. Really, I knew I was getting Dormant, so we're just setting up for protection this turn. And we still have the 1 additional energy left in case we want to Explosive Dance. Goku Bulma going down to 1 life, and we do pass there because I don't think we have any more attacks. But like I said, we have a dual blocker, we have an auto that will stop and negate as well, and also possibly just having normal negates in my hand. Using Leader's ability to play Bulma, we are counterplaying with Videl, which is just a great card. Because I have the unison board with Pacific Cost of 3, we're able to immediately just target and clean his board up, which unfortunately does shut that down a lot. So it's a Spirit Boost effect. Next 2 cards by 20,000 power. He does get the Oolong, but I just got rid of the active cards because I just, like I said, I'm trying to control this turn and not take any more damage. I think someone's asking about the Videl effect. We're getting rats on the board. Playing the Piccolo from the Z deck, like I mentioned earlier, he does have now the Bond effect for it. And we will be burning, because getting rid of my 2 blockers does hurt a lot, so we will be burning the engine marker for the explosive dance. And then attacking again, we will use Jiren's auto this time to just stop the attack. Because one of the things about explosive dance is that if your opponent explosive dance you, obviously with red, you never attack the leader first. The leader is going to be your free attack once they explosive dance. If they don't negate the leader attack, then from here you can choose to combo cards up or combo a card up if you want to get additional attacks out. And that's how you kind of get past explosive dance. But if you negate the leader's attack, then they're kind of stuck with whatever's there. So like he could attack with Bulma to get rid of that card. But looks like instead he's playing the Z extra card to kind of establish some form of protection during my next turn. The question is, does he have another dormant? We are paying 3 outright for this Vegeta, which will just neg out 1 card, I think 20 or 25,000. And then when a card's negged out with its skills, it gains double strike. It innately has dual attack. And then we're attacking it, we'll neg another card down as well. And we did not see Explosive Dance hit, so here we're just kind of comboing up for hopefully the game. And that, the dormant was there. But yeah, that is the game. Thank you all for tuning in. Hope you all enjoyed today's matchup. And yeah, that's it. Bye.